What's up, guys? Welcome back to another review. This time I'm going to cover Rob Zombie's 31, the latest travesty from this fucking guy. Unlike the Lords of Salem, this one is slightly better, but it's not saying much. The movie still fucking sucks. Basic premise. 5 carnies get kidnapped by 3 rich white people. Play a game of 31. The guys survive for 12 hours, while these rich white people take bets on who's going to live. Basically, it's The Running Man with shitty Rob Zombie dialogue. Things that I enjoyed. Richard Brake's performance as Doomhead was fantastic. It's actually the best part of the whole goddamn movie. He's pretty much playing a white trash version of the Joker, and if he didn't have that cringy Rob Zombie dialogue, it would have been perfect. There were moments in this movie where he actually has some really good lines, but it constantly gets undercut by the fucking Rob Zombie shit. Every time Zombie has a good idea going, he purposefully undercuts himself because he can't get out of his own way. It's frustrating. Richard Brake in this movie is what Bill Moseley was to the Devil's Rejects. It's the best part of the movie. You take both these guys out of their respective movies, as much as I love the Devil's Rejects, that movie would fall apart without Bill Moseley. Sid Haig can't do it on his own. As much as I love Sid Haig, he needs Bill Moseley to help anchor the Devil's Rejects. This movie rests on the shoulders of Richard Brake because everything around him fucking sucks. And when this guy's out of the movie for the first 2/3, this movie is fucking dumb and stupid and just retarded. The first 7 minutes of this movie is shot in black and white, and it introduces us to this character of Doomhead. And right off the bat, it has a different feel than most Rob Zombie movies because it's just Richard Brake talking to the camera, and he's actually talking to another character. But the dialogue that he's saying, some of it is actually really, really good, and it gets undercut by that typical Rob Zombie dialogue. But it's actually one of the better parts of this movie. It sets up this character, and you're automatically intimidated by him. And Richard Brake does a fantastic job in the prologue, and when he finally becomes a star in the movie, and at the last half, that's what the movie, to me, picks up steam, and actually is really, really good. And that's where the movie kind of slows down a little bit, and some atmosphere and some good pacing, some good tensions being built up. I like all that stuff. Unfortunately, it takes nearly half the fucking movie to get to that point, because in between is nothing but garbage. The 5 main carnival workers are trash. They're typical Rob Zombie white trash. I am sick to death of seeing these characters in your movies, Rob. You did it right with the Devil's Rejects, and then you fucking ran that shit into the ground with Halloween because you put white trash in middle America, and it was fucking stupid and it was fucking dumb. And your unhealthy obsession with white trash is sickening. I am sick and tired of seeing this shit in your movies. These characters are unlikable, they're not memorable. I give the actors credit for working with the garbage material. The only weak link in the cast is Sherry Moon Zombie. She has moments where she's okay, and then she has moments where she's flat out completely fucking boring as shit, and she delivers her lines like she's on fucking Prozac. God damn it. Not only that, the fucking dialogue between these 5 protagonists is cringe. And the shit that they do is fucking disgusting. You got one scene with Meg Foster, who is in They Live. She's in this movie, and she's with 3 other girls, and they're talking about squishy, fuck, rub, or some stupid fucking prostitute-y shit like that. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? And you got one scene where Sherry Moon is rubbing her cooch, and then she's whacking off fucking Tracy Walter, the guy who played Bob in Batman 89. Like, what am I watching? What is this fucking garbage? The movie literally gets remotely interesting when they get kidnapped. But even when they get kidnapped, I have cringy dialogue as well. They got these 5 old people. One of them is played by Malcolm McDowell. And at least, you know what? I'll say this. At least the 3 old people are mildly entertaining when they're placing bets because they're so casual about it. And they're dressed like they're going to a fucking Victorian tea party. It's completely ridiculous. But the overall set design looks pretty cool, and actually the sets in this movie do look good. It has good production value. The cinematography I like the cinematography in the Lords of Salem, and I like the cinematography in this movie. It's really well shot, though the action scenes have shaky cam and it's handheld, and it's fucking nauseating to watch it because the camera is physically making me ill because it keeps fucking shaking. I hate shaky cam in action movies and in horror. It's not scary, it's not fun. It makes me have a headache. I don't care if you wanted to go for guerrilla style filmmaking, Rob. When someone like me, an audience member, and a jackass who's stupid enough to buy this fucking movie, is watching your fucking scenes, I want to see them without throwing up. And not throwing up because of the dialogue, or because of what you're putting on screen. Throwing up because you can't stop shaking the camera like a goddamn narcoleptic retard. Not only that, some of the only interest aside from Doomhead, the only other interesting character that stood out to me was the character called Sickhead, who is basically a fucking midget Nazi Mexican. He was hilarious. He wasn't creepy. He was just fucking hilarious. I like him just because I was getting a little laugh out of him cursing at everyone in Spanish. Then you got these two other fucking these chainsaw wielding clown brothers called Schizo and Psycho, and the only thing that they say is, and the whole thing is that they want to rape pregnant women and get blowjobs from babies. Rob Zombie with the classy top grade dialogue that, it's just classy dialogue there, Rob. You know how to write dialogue and make it sound even worse than it is. Bravo, good sir. Love your music, but your movies, they fucking aggravate me. Then you got these characters called Deathhead and Sexhead, and the only one you remember is Sexhead because she looks like Harley Quinn, and if E.G. Daly's character of Sexhead would have been paired up from Doomshead from the start, it actually would have been a good version of a white trash Joker and Harley. Instead, the next time we see Doomhead, he's railing out fucking Ginger Lynn. I would have gotten rid of that scene entirely, and the next time we see Deathhead is when the McDowell makes the call, and then you see him arrive at the compound. And finally, that is where the movie gets good, is when Doomhead, I don't know why I keep saying Deathhead, is when Doomhead takes center stage in all his white trash Joker glory. And Richard Brake is the saving grace of this movie. He is fantastic, he's creepy, he's eerie, he makes the fucking Rob Zombie dialogue actually sound good, though there are moments where he has to say some stupid, ridiculous lines, but there are moments where he says some really cool lines. One of my favorite lines is, "I'm not crazy, I'm in control." And he's in this room putting on his makeup. He starts punching himself in the face. I like it. It adds a lot to his character. I like the literary quotes he does. Like there's at the end of the movie, he quotes his Chi Chavez about smoking, about something to do with smoking. So yeah, okay. I got nothing else to say about this movie. It's a 4 out of 10, and the cinematography is good. Richard Brake is good. Some of the other acting is good. Some of the kill scenes are actually okay. The little Mexican midget's hilarious, whether it be intentionally or unintentional. The negatives, I think I illustrated them as best as I can. This is a typical Rob Zombie movie. Better than Lords of Salem, but still a fucking piece of garbage. Anyway, if you've seen this film, let me know. Like the vid, subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.